Okay, let's start with this part. Find and underline each of the following words in the phrases in the reading, and then use understanding of the words to write definition. Fossil fuel. Actually, fossil fuel are kinds of fuels that can be used in order to use the energy in order to make cars move and make homes warm. For example, we can use gasoline, gas, and also we can use them in order to have a better life. But we should limit them because if we finish them, we don't have anything to use anymore. Global warming is the situation that the earth is going to be hot, warm and warmer, and we can do actually anything with it. And warming of the earth is called global warming. Inflate something, it means increase something, make something be more than enough, more and more. Reduce, it means not increase something, decrease something. Curbing, it means avoiding, controlling something. And there is a rise in something, it means there is an increase in something. Something is going to be high. Discuss the questions. The article mentions fossil fuels are major source of energy. What two other sources of energy are mentioned? How they are different from fossil fuels? For example, wind is one of them. How wind can produce energy and how is it different from using fossil fuels? Um, Explain it, write it, take a photo and send it to me. Look at the list of the effects of global warming in the reading. What impact could they have on these aspects of your country's economy? Tourism, food production, housing, and disaster relief. So, what do you think? How this can have an effect on them? For example, how the effect of, for example, global warming on food production or housing and tourism. If the weather is going to be hot, how people are going to continue visiting different countries? How they are going to do that, right? Take a photo and send it to me. What do you do in your daily life that might contribute to the energy waste and pollution that causes global warming? Make a list. For example, at home, wasting water in bathroom and while you are washing the dishes is wasting of energy actually. At work, for example, you have to use the air conditioner in order to be hot and to be warm. At the same time, you open the windows, for example. This is waste of energy. Or at school, in transportation, what do you do that you think that you are wasting energy using them? And what can you do in order to meet these energies? For example, look at the omit these problems. For example, I don't really recycle everything I can right now, but I like to. I think it would be better for environment if I did. Yeah, I remember there was a time that we divided different, for example, glasses, plastic, and paper and material at home. At that time, there were some cars that collected the glasses, or there were some cars that collected the plastics and papers. We divided them, but today it's not available. Those cars are not available anymore. Many years ago, 10 years ago, I remember, yeah, we had the same thing. In the city, and there were some special cars, and they collected the garbage and the rubbish. Also, we divided the papers and plastics and glasses in different bags, and it was really good idea. All family members tried to save energy in this form, but today no one There is no cars like earlier, and I don't know why they don't collect them. It was a good idea. Or I want to buy energy efficient light bulbs, but they are more expensive. You see, for example, what was the problem? Because it's expensive, she or he doesn't want to buy them. You can write, what do you think? What you think each of these parts that you wrote this here, how can we remove them and how can you try to save energy? Okay, complete this part, take a photo and send it to me. Let's go to the listening part. Listen to the conversation, write the type of a place each person is talking about. Is she or if are they talking about canyon, desert, island, volcano? What are they talking about? And then check the weather or not the place recommendations going there. For example, do they recommend you go to the canyon? Yes or no? Do they recommend you go to the glacier? Yes or no? Right? Take a photo and send it to me. Listen, please.
Page 120. Exercise A. Listen to the conversations. Write the type of place each person is talking about, choosing words from the box. Then check whether or not the person recommends going there. Conversation 1.
Have you ever gone to Morton's Pass?
Oh, yeah.
I heard it's a pretty nice canyon to visit. How far
So they are talking about the canyon. You can write the canyon.
is it?
Oh, I'd say about 50 miles south of the city.
Would you recommend it?
Well, if you ask me, it's a little overrated. I'd pick something else to see instead.
Thanks for letting me know.
So he doesn't recommend it. He doesn't recommend.
Conversation 2. Terry tells me that you've been to Bashfish Falls.
Did she tell you that?
Yeah, I'm thinking of going next week. I love waterfalls. So what do you think? Is it worth it?
In my opinion, it's a must-see. You'd be crazy not to go.
Really?
So she recommends it.
Conversation 3.
Have you ever been to Treasure Island?
A bunch of times. What?
See, island.
Well, I'm wondering if it's worth a trip. I'm not sure if I'd like being on an island.
In my opinion,
Yes, I'd love to hear your opinion.
you don't want to miss it.
That's all you have to say?
That's all I have to say.
Okay, so they were talking about an island and he suggested to go.
Conversation 4. So in the last days of my vacation, I'm thinking of spending some time in Pipo Valley. Tom told me it was spectacular.
So they are talking about a valley.
Yeah?
What do you mean, oh yeah?
Well, if you ask me, I'd say it was a waste of time.
You've been there?
I've been there. There's Mount Pi on one side and Mount Po on the other side.
And?
I still don't think it's worth it, but to each his own.
So she doesn't recommend it. She doesn't suggest to go there. Look at the pictures. Complete the warnings about each danger using two. You see, using two. The road is too slippery to ride on if you are not careful. Too slippery. The road is too, for example, too rocky to ride if you are not careful. Those steps are too slippery to climb safely after a rain. Too slippery. Go on the cave without. It's too dark to go in the cave without a flashlight. It's dangerous to go swimming in the bay. You see, because there are some sharks, for example. It's dangerous to go swimming on the bay. Complete the location using the map. You see, based on the location in this map. The town of Saint Pierre, where is town of? It's here. Is in the shore of the island of Saint Pierre. Oh, yeah, it's in the shore of the island. Okay, you should take a look at the picture and fill in the blanks. Based on the map and situations, fill in the blanks. Let's go to the writing. Write a description of your country, state or province. Province استان. State ایالت. Country کشور. Write a description of your country, state or province. Include the location and description of major cities, geographical features, national park, and other points of interest. Use adjectives to provide details that help the reader see and feel what the places are like. For example, you are going to talk about your country. Is it quiet or noisy? Crowded? Hot? Warm? Cold? Cool? Mountainous? Flat or hilly? Humid? Foggy? Dry? Arid? Lush? Green? Steep? Rocky? High, low, green, blue, spectacular, it means eye-catching, breathtaking, wonderful, extraordinary, perfect, beautiful, gorgeous, unique. What do you think about your country? Write a paragraph and explain beautiful features and geographical features, even in your city. Explain a beautiful place. Use these vocabulary. Write one paragraph. One paragraph includes 5 lines. Take a photo and send it to me, please. Okay, let's go to this part. Using the map and the pictures, you see there is a map and some pictures. Okay, describe a location, describe a place or natural feature. For example, it is located south of Denali National Park. It has a spectacular glacier. For example, look at here. We select this part, Denali National Park. Okay, take a look at this picture. There is a chart. Denali National Park. It has bears, mosquitoes. It doesn't have snakes, and it is foggy. Okay, you should explain. For example, it is Denali National Park. It is located in Canada, for example. It has bears, mosquitoes, and the weather is foggy almost. The weather is almost foggy. It doesn't have snakes. You should explain about it. Okay, you can select other places. For example, you can select Katami National Park. You see, this is Katami National Park. You select this one. It has bears, mosquitoes, and it's not foggy. It doesn't have snake. You can select this one. Explain about it. Write. Take a photo and send it to me. Use the map and the Explore Alaska. You see, Alaska chart to create to conversation for the man and the woman. Okay. For example, you can select one of these places and make a conversation. They are going for, if you want to, even you can talk about the distance. For example, here 3 kilometers, 300 kilometers, from 0 to 500 kilometers. Even you can talk about this. So, for example, look at this. There is a dialect. For example, here. Where exactly is parents? For example, this one, Kodiak Island. Where is exactly Kodiak Island? Or, excuse me, could you tell me the way to Kodiak Island? Kodiak, see, he wants to go to the Kodiak Island. And she explains. Make a conversation, explain about them. For example, in the Kodiak Island, she says, for example, there are bears, mosquitoes, and it is foggy. They explaining. Make a short conversation. Take a photo and send it to me. Let's say goodbye. See you.